Here's some red flags before a meeting. I'll pull up it here. There we go. All right, so this is a hypothetical scenario. So this is Mr. and Mrs. John Doe. So they're made up. But we'll lay down some like ground facts, and then I'll walk you through how, if they were to sit down with a meeting with me, what that would look like, right? Okay. So we got Mr. and Mrs. John Doe. They're both 62, lived in their house for 25 plus years. They're looking to right size. It's an emotional decision when they go to sell, but they know it's too much to handle anymore. And, they want to move into a smaller home that's more fitting for their needs. So normally, without sitting down with me or another tax professional to do some type of tax planning or future outward look to your tax plan, just sell the house, buy a new house, and move on, right? So they sit down with a conversation with me, and I like to deep dive and fact find not just about the current situation you're doing, like, well, what's going to happen if I sell the house, but like, what's going on with your whole life picture, right? So then we find out they had done additions, so they built a new master bedroom that cost $100,000.
Okay, so that's a basis up.
And they had kept their receipts. So good job, Miss John and Jane. They planned on gifting their oldest grandchild the home that they're moving into as a gift. So here's some red flags before a meeting. They just sell the house and move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's going to result in a $560,000 profit, of course, of which is over their exclusion.
The $500,000 for a couple.
So now they've got to pay capital gains on $60,000.
Okay.
They are getting pushed into a higher tax bracket later in life because of RMDs.
Oh.
So because they're not really withdrawing out of that IRA very much because their living expenses are not very demanding, and he has that pension, that IRA is not getting depleted very much. Imagine how much more 1.2 million is going to grow over the course of 11 years.
Sure.
So that's going to be big RMDs, right?
Right, yeah.
Not to mention at that point, they'll also be taking Social Security. So their income is going to increase exponentially, not out of...
Because they planned well earlier in life, right?
To do, and they just, right, you don't know what you don't know, right?